Alright, so we're out here at the origin source. I wanted to have a different crack at the mathematics with you to show you, that there's other charts that you need to do in terms of, at the Q-bert level down here of, or top left, bottom right, depending on which way you started that, you have to agree that that's where the origin source is. You have to say that's where Laplacian and central limit theory to throwing the ball version numbers to running that course back and forth here at Minecrafter size would need to do against a much larger subset of the information, whether it be this field and where I set the Laplacian, or how that water treatment in that clay test of the water bottles there in very fine solutions using papers as filters are our way to say out of the dot plots all those small atomic level calculations do play to a atomic. There's closer models, I guess I could. The atomic, what do you got? The molecular bonds that certain places have to the other versions of that wavelet frequency wave function variable of I hat to J hat as far as the radioactive isotope, poison gas, and cat in the box. Because out of here, again, we're going to be driving a lot of different wave functions and not a lot of systems. Kids are born needing this. They're probably just playing in the sand, doing what they need to do, not understand this. When you're an adult and you have that J-hat line, or at least the 4-year-old to the 9-year-old, or 4.5-year-old to 9-year-old school, to 9 to 18, where a lot of that school happens in terms of what frequencies you have. If I just taught them basic algebra, well, they're going to be pretty proficient as far as what clay in the STEM system we have here, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It may work a little different to what gear we're doing inside of a perfect type of square situation, where I could argue the 3x3 here is the 3x3 sorry about that. The 3x3 here, what is, I'm looking for clay, and that could be an option. There's sand inside of here. There's other variables that say from that clay test, that water solution of 500 milliliters or 100 milliliters, and easy ways to cut that. That's a nice way to divide what 1 liter is with 100 milliliters or 1,000 milliliters that make up 1 liter. Derivative time, derivative space, and apparently water is that sea level notation at, look, there's oxygen, nitrogen, oxygen, and then there's dirt. There's still nitrogen as far as what dirts are done, and I know that to be true. But there's other ways for a chemical solution and what form it's in to properly get into the pH level scales, and why they make certain differentials of why that's an indicator for dissolved solids or organics. There's some kind of IH notation that serves the model of the wave function that I'm trying to correlate, that says that's what's up on the diagrams. That's what either I need it to be, or the anti-particle to it that says because it's so high there's an effect about it. And there's a lot of ways to grammatic that out, given, again, what you're doing. And here, again, I'm playing very mechanical to a clay STEM test, if you're staying with me. But we could take all that scrap from cleaning the scrap, all this up here, there's this water treatment, puts it into filter presses. But are they really thinking what to do with that wastage? Is it proper in the routings of what to do with it? Because in here I'll have my own decisions about what that makes inside of there, why I have that armature to the NPK of 2,000 colloidal calories running the Vitruvian system there that says most people running a universal speed limit on those lines, or that type of testing is appropriate for a water treatment person or a public works road area with what resources are available and not available for training under these systems. Like, we have a Texas Roadhouse here. I don't know if that's necessarily the best option, given what you could put as a battery in there. Once we get it into solution, all that uranium, you know, we're going to get it wet and put it in a pellet, and then we're going to make this housing what it needs to be for that, because that's a lot of multi-domain battlefield. And again, kids don't realize that they need this stuff early in, and it takes a good long little while for it to get out to there, and you're, you know, banging around at a lot of sites.